What's up YouTube, Jeff back from SamyGuru.com. Today another very exciting Samsung video for you guys, and today we're talking about another update to Lockstar. Yes, we've been talking a bit about this One UI 8 adaptive clock feature that has a serious bug, this one, that adapts to your wallpaper of people or animals. And it has an issue where a couple of things. One, if you're using the Lockstar module in GoodLock, it wouldn't work. And then also, if you set the wallpaper with a third-party wallpaper app, which is very popular, lots of regular users do that, for their wallpaper whenever they set it. They get an app, they find a wallpaper they like, they set it from there. It doesn't work. So I'm going to talk about those two issues today and look at how this update kind of patches one of those issues. Before we get started, make sure you guys check out the website, SamyGuru.com, covering the latest Samsung news, tips, tricks, tutorials, and reviews. Of course, we also have our mystery boxes. The Galaxy S26 series mystery box is open now. Tap on that orange banner at the top. You'll be able to get a free case, cleaning kit, desktop, phone stand, other randomly inserted goodies as well. Just tap on the S26 Ultra banner and that will take you to our sign up link, which is over at Lalo. Put in your phone number, email, or both. You'll get a link on launch day to order. We cover all the costs of shipping, also the items. For the S26 launch, every box will be guaranteed a 65-watt charger in addition to all the other stuff that I just mentioned. Check it out below in the pinned comment description. Also subscribe to the Sammy Guru YouTube channel, because we do have a Sammy Guru YouTube channel. A lot of our update content is going to be moving over there as I start doing more hardware reviews, accessory reviews, etc., and some other stuff on this channel going forward. So check that out below in the pinned comment description. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a quick look at the update. This particular version, let me go into GoodLock, go to Info here, and we can go to About. This version 7.0.01.9, and it hasn't rolled out to everyone on the Play Store just yet. I got this version from an APK that was uploaded over on X because I was actually looking for it. And it just has a couple of bug fixes mentioned. It's for One UI 8 and above for this particular version. So it basically continues to bring compatibility with One UI 8. It says it fixed some issues with the Z Fold 7 lock screen, widgets displaying, and the AOD. Now, one of the things that it didn't specifically mention was the adaptive clock. And so I was wondering if it fixed that as well. And in fact, it does fix the issue where if you apply the wallpaper correctly through Samsung's gallery and set the adaptive clock, it will work. In fact, you guys can see here, if I long press, you can see that I have the adaptive clock enabled. Previously, the issue was if you went through wallpapers and you chose an image from your gallery of a person or an animal, and then you chose the adaptive clock, which again is this option. This doesn't exist on the S25 beta yet. It does on the S24 beta, which is super weird. I don't know what Samsung's doing in terms of consistency, but it's not on the S25 Ultra, it's on the S24 Ultra beta, and of course the Z Fold 7, Z Flip 7 in the stable version. So if you choose this and you hit done, previously the clock would revert back to the regular clock, but you can see now it does work and it allows you to have the adaptive clock. Now also, you now have full control when you're editing the lock screen and you have Lockstar enabled to move the clock around, and you will get the adaptive clock adapting to various places. You can see you can kind of play around with things. You can zoom in on the picture, just like you're supposed to be able to do, and it works fine with Lockstar as well. So previously, Lockstar was actually getting in the way, preventing the adaptive clock from working. You would not be able to use the adaptive clock if you have Lockstar enabled. If you uninstalled it, it would work. A couple people figured this out. Our good buddy Larry, huge shout out to him for putting in some work on this. And he went through and kind of figured out this. Now, there was another problem though with the adaptive clock that I mentioned in a previous video. And that is if you set the wallpaper, even if it's of an animal or a person through a third-party app, it still doesn't work. And this is independent of Lockstar, whether you have Lockstar enabled or not. Lockstar is not the issue here. You guys just saw the new version takes care of the Lockstar compatibility. If I go to Thematica, which is my personal favorite wallpaper app, and I find an image of an animal, let's go in here. You guys saw I had this image of the bunny. Let's try, let's see, let's try a different animal just for fun. Let's try the giraffe. Okay, let's go ahead and get the giraffe. And what I'll do, I'll unlock it. And I'm gonna set this from within Thematica, both screens. This is interesting. I cannot actually set the wallpaper using the third-party application now after installing this latest version of Lockstar. I don't know if it's just that one. Let's try to set another wallpaper. in Thematica, it doesn't work. Let's try another one of my favorite wallpaper apps. Let's go to 1.4Wall. Okay. Let's see if we can find animals. I don't know. Let's do this cat one. Okay, so it applied. Maybe it was just a bug with Thematica in the new version. Let's now go back to my lock screen. Let's long press to edit. You can see the adaptive clock went away, but let's see if it allows me to do it now that I have this third-party app. So you can see if I change it, yeah, it doesn't work still. So no matter what I do, I can't really apply the adaptive effect. There's no, you can minimize it, whatever. It's not going to work. The third-party app, obviously Samsung is doing some computation within the gallery for this, and that's kind of causing the issue. But now, if we do what I just did before, let's go back in here, let's download this wallpaper from 1.4Wall, and let's then go and try to set this using long press. Go in here, wallpapers, same wallpaper, again, recents, apply the wallpaper, and now, magically, there's your adaptive clock. You guys can see it. Adapt right there. And I can zoom in on the photo now and get it to adapt to the ears, whatever I want to do. So this is still a problem that is independent of Lockstar. A lot of people were saying, you know, the reason that I was having an issue in my previous video where I talked about this was that Lockstar was installed, and that was a problem, which Larry isolated. That's now fixed, but now the adaptive clock still has a problem if you use third-party apps. They definitely should fix that. That's a huge oversight because many average users would never figure this out, that's why the effect doesn't work, and they would think the adaptive clock feature is broken. That's my personal opinion. Anyway, it does fix the other widget issues of the Fold 7. This update doesn't really do anything. I have it on the S25 Ultra, I got it. It doesn't really seem to do much for the S25 Ultra. It mainly seems to be targeted mainly at the Fold 7. Although it does seem to fix the issue on the S24 series. I saw some people posting where now you can use Lockstar and get the adaptive effect. So they patched that across the board. We just have to wait for the adaptive clock to come to the S25 because for some reason it's still not on the S25. Like I said in the previous video, I have no idea what Samsung is doing there. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. I'll drop the APK below if you want to download it if you're interested. It's a pretty cool wallpaper here in the end. I like the zoomed in shot that I got. Check out SammyGuru.com. Check out the mystery box program for the S26 if you're going to be purchasing one of those devices. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.